What's good, everybody? This is Mr. Composition, an MC that writes fiction, and we're back at it with another Hunters Guild Red Hood Chapter 13 and 14 review. I know I actually recorded a Chapter 13 review time ago. For some reason, the audio was messed up, but we're going to go ahead and combine them together because honestly, with the way that these two chapters were, it's just all like, we can actually put them all together. Now, if you like reviews and you like being able to see different reactions and want something that's a combination of different interests, then make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe, notification bell, and if you want to support me directly, make sure to get my manga, the Most Random Manga Ever, which is the first cannabis manga to ever exist. So make sure to check that out. Link will be in the description. But let's go ahead and dive into this. So chapter 13 picks off where 12 did, with Valoo and Bonkers coming together in this kind of epic fashion. Now, this chapter 13 it takes all kinds, and this really sums up with how they basically navigated through this whole exam. Now, Grimm goes on to let, Bonkers know that, hey, both me and Debonair was there, and this isn't just about us getting the hero people. We need the main character, we need the extra. It doesn't matter, both are useful, and she lets him know that it takes all kinds, and they go to, attack as far as Bonkers and Valoo and all of them go to attack. And Grimm says something very, very interesting about Valoo. His training. Now, she originally says that the best frontline fighter they have right now is Bonkers, while Valoo built the foundation with all that wood cutting. His training on the ironworks planted seeds in that soil, watered them, and fertilized them, and now those seeds are starting to sprout. But she's all like, new sprouts aren't enough to beat me. She zooms on through them, and it's interesting because Valoo kind of uses himself as basically for them to be able to run away, basically. A distraction. And so while he's doing that, Bonkers comes through and he's just like, I spent my whole life running, I'm not going to be doing that. Now, Valoo says something, and Grimm tells Valoo something very, very important. She's all like, look, this is an exam and all, but don't be just throwing your, life away like that. Because it's not going to be where someone comes to save you. So make sure to not use that as the foundation of like what it is that you're doing. And he's all like, oh, I'm sorry, man. Now, it's interesting because it's, they go back to, they're back in the jail, and then they switch over to Debonair. And she's over there with the twins, and they got her in the cold storage. And then Bonkers and a bunch of other people come through, superior numbers for the Red, and he's just all like, the brother's just like, geez, how many did you bring? And then Debonair's just all like, guess I gotta dish out a little bit of pain. And Bonkers comes through, and he has this moment with the twin. And he's just all like, help us and let us help you. Our goal is for everybody to win, Now, that was basically like the end of chapter 13. Now we get into chapter 14, you know, and this is the 42nd final debarkation exam, you know, and it goes on with Bonkers putting his, you know, hand out, and boom, at the same time, their trap for Debonair started to go off. And then, you know, the twins just saw, like, he's basically standing on, you know, his word on everything. And then we get as far as the dialogue between Valu and one of the guards and everything like that. And, you know, the sisters just, like, it goes back and forth between the dialogue. And, you know, this was a very interesting part. So this part where the guards just saw, like, Valu's just all, well, it's the guard. The guard saying Bonkers is super strong, Porcelain is nimble, really dexterous. Mario can use his slimes to do all kinds of things. Yeah, this is Valu. And he says, but me, I don't have anything at all. And then the guard is just like, you're the eye of the storm. You may have not noticed it, you know, growing into a whirlwind so big it fits to swallow all the ironworks now. But your plan slowly but surely drew everyone in. In the center of that vortex, sitting in the calm of its eye is you. You know, and then we go back to where the sisters just saw, like, I think we should, you know, cooperate with them. And, you know, we get this next panel where Bonkers is, you know, caught, and they're just all like, oh man. And then she's just all like, wait, why is Portia the guard? You know, and then we see freaking we see Grim come out, and then freaking you got the sister of the twins pulling out this ginormous freaking gun, you know. And then they show as far as like, oh, she shot the crane. Is that some kind of trap? No, there's no trap, you know. And then we see it was the signal for the ambusher to move, and it was the brother Dudley, and he came and he was just all like, look, I act right before time's up in the last 5 minutes. My job comes at the last 5 minutes. I'll be the key that releases everyone who's arrested. If I could become a hunter along with the rest of this crew, you know, and boom. And then you got Debonair coming out, and it's Debonair versus Bonkers. And he's just all like, I ain't afraid of the heat anymore. And Debonair's like, okay, good for you. And then it's like, Tilty now. And then boom, everyone's getting unreleased. And then you see Debonair come up right behind. It's just like, boom, boom, boom. They're all getting unlocked. And then it's like, now the time to put the plan actually is in motion. And then he's Valu's just like, we're on the hunt. 10 seconds left. 9, 6, and then they're just all like, boom, going through, and then bam, exam over. Number of robbers arrested 0. All participants pass. This was a really good chapter. I'm not gonna lie. I'm curious to see now that we got the debarkation exam. Is this the first time where all the participants passed? You know, there was a lot of different things. I think key things that was noticed, and one was with Grimm in regards to Valu, and the other was with the guard in regards to Valu. You know, the guard saying that, you know, he was like this calm in the storm, you know, and then Grimm talking about how like the wood cutting taught him basically the foundation, the fundamentals, the ironworks, you know, did the extra things, and now he's putting it all into play, and it's very, very interesting. I like where everything's going as far as introduce the other different things like giants and things like that. I'm curious to see really how far back Debonair and Grimm go with everything. and how closely related as far as to the rest of the people, because Grimm talking about like, hey, we was there on the night that the Giants had, destroyed like Bonkers City and everything like that. That's just very, very interesting to me, because it's all like Grimm was called in regards to the very beginning when it came to the Baloo's place, and so it makes me think. I'm not trying to go too deep into it, because I have to take into consideration that there's only 14 chapters, 15 will be out, tomorrow. So anyways, what is y'all's thoughts on the Hunters Guild Red Hood? Are y'all liking this series so far? Me, I am. I'm curious to see just how other things play out. So other than that, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment. If you haven't already subscribed, we'll be going into more with as far as the Hunters Guild Red Hood, and what topics and things do y'all want to hear about in regards to the Hunters Guild Red Hood. Anyways, it's Miss Composition MC that writes fiction. Make sure to check out my manga, The Most Random Manga Ever. There's 11 issues in volume 1, but you can read 8 issues for free online. Link will all be in the description. And make sure to check out my new single, Invincible Summer. Peace.
In the darkness, turn the galaxy into my office. Translating thoughts into deep science. Got the sun in my pocket, build your resilience. So when the next winter cycle comes, I prepare with no losses. The work of the soloist's a boss.